start with what do you hope to see more of and less of tomorrow night?
More of the energy that we played with during that stretch when when we came back and took the lead. I felt like we started to string together some stops finally. I thought that energized us. We established Zoo early in the third quarter. They didn't have an answer for that. So we kept going to it, and then, just a couple of untimely turnovers, missed shots, a couple of missed shots that were kind of like turnovers as well. I think they came down and hit 3 threes in a row, and then that kind of, we expended so much energy to get back in the game at several different moments in the game. But, we talked about this team being hungry, young and hungry, and we got to respect them as professionals regardless of what their record is, or anything like that. And I thought that they came out and they were the hungrier team tonight right from the start, and that's the difference in the game.
Talk about as far as, the thought that you guys fought back, and like you said, it probably ran out of energy. You had a couple of chances where you missed 3 free throws that would have probably tied the game up. Talk about the crucialness of making free throws.
Yeah, tonight, not so much the case. We missed four free throws. Usually the game, the margin of victory for whichever team loses usually falls somewhere within the amount of free throws they make or miss, I should say. And so, definitely that kind of killed our momentum a little bit when we got to the free throw line. And, we either could have, made it a one-possession game, I think, a couple of different times. We weren't able to do that. Now that puts more pressure on our defense, to get a stop and for us to score. Definitely in those situations, we want to keep it a one-possession game. But, it was more, like I said, it was untimely turnovers. Their second chance points, they got 23 second chance points, and so we have to do that's been one of the things that I talked about earlier. That's kind of been one of our Achilles heel as well. We got to do a better job on the defensive boards and limiting teams to one shot, because we do a good job on the initial possession, make them, we force a miss, they get an offensive rebound, and then they were spraying it out, and their guys were shooting the ball from the three-point line with confidence. And once they hit one, it just became contagious, and they just kept knocking them down.
As you evolve as a coach yourself, what is sort of the most challenging or exciting part of having the buck stop with you for a few games here?
I think that, being in that position, obviously, people around here have confidence in me to fill in while Ty is gone. If I critique myself on tonight's game, I probably should have called a timeout sooner once we had gotten the lead and they came down and they hit, consecutive threes. I probably should have called the timeout right there, and nipped it in the bud. But I felt like we had a good rhythm going. It was just a bad little stretch. But if I had to do it all over again, I definitely would have used the timeout earlier. And then other than that, just, it's fun. I enjoy, Ty is a great coach, and the position that I've been in the last 4 years since I've been here is kind of playing off of what he does when I see things to tweak, kind of what he does. And so now just relying on everybody else to give me feedback and all of that, it's good. But, I don't know what else to say. Like I said, I would have just called a timeout a little bit earlier during that bad stretch that we had.